All right, so you scrolling, right? And somebody's talking about their transformation, their body, their business, their relationship, whatever that thing is, right? And something in you goes, you know what? That's it right there, boy. That's exactly what I need to do. I'm about to do it. And about for 10 seconds or so, you feel it, you're in the move, you feel it pumping in your blood, it's surging, right? Your body wants you to get up and move. You can feel it in your chest, your heart is going. And then you close your app and you're just sitting there. You in your living room, your car, wherever you are. And in that moment, it's like no one was around. No one clapped. No one said, all right, fam, let's do this. We're going in. We're doing it right now, right now. Right? So the feeling just kind of dissipates, you know? And you say, well, I guess I'm going to just go back to scrolling. So here's the part that stings, and the part that you don't even clock as isolation. You just think that, I'm not motivated enough. And that's not what happened. What happened is you were completely alone the second that spark showed up, and nothing alive can survive with no one there to hold on to. So, let's go ahead and talk about this. All right. So let's talk about it because this is crazy when you think about it. People need emails, they need videos, they need a friend to tell it to their face. They need to hear it 4,500 different times and in different directions before they will actually sit down and do the thing they already know is good for them. Are you the people? And, on the surface, right, it looks like a motivation problem. I get it. Like, what's wrong with me? I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I can't just sit here and do it. But here's what's actually happening. It's not a motivation problem. It's a proximity problem. I want you to think about it like this. You are miles and miles away from whoever posted that video or sent you that text message. And in the moment, right, your body lit up. It's like, I want to do this. It's the thing I've been waiting for, right? And then there's no one next to you to catch it with you to be like, all right, bro, let's get it done right now, right? So the inkling itself, it flickers and it's gone before you know it again. And not because you are weak. It's not because you're weak, but because you are alone in the moment where the thing mattered the most. And when that happens over and over and over again, it begins to cycle. This spark, isolation, fizzle. Spark, isolation, fizzle. You stop trusting the spark altogether. It ain't worked before. Why should I believe it's going to work now? And that is how so many people end up disconnected from themselves. It's not because they don't care, you don't care. It's because they've never had someone there to help them stay with it. Why won't you just stay with me? Right? Stay with them when the thing that they cared about mattered most. So, here's where it gets really interesting. It's probably something you haven't heard before, because the answer isn't get more disciplined. And it's not, you just gotta want it more, my friend. The real shift happens with regulation. Now, regulation isn't suppressing the feeling. It's not smothering the excitement or fear or really whatever shows up in that moment. Regulation is knowing what to actually do with the thing that's happening in your body the moment it happens. I'm gonna move really quick because the wind, I think, is chopping up my audio. One second. All right, that should be better. Get back to it. When you are regulated, the spark itself doesn't have to fizzle. You can feel it, and instead of getting overwhelmed by it or it evaporating, you can actually stay with it long enough so that you can act. And you go from a place where I don't even know what to do with this feeling, into a place where it's like, I know exactly what it is I need to do, and I know exactly the right step that I need to take right now. So that is the difference between someone who watches 10 videos a week about change and never moves, and someone who watches one video and it completely shifts their entire life. It wasn't really about the content. It was about whatever there was, or wherever there was a regulated nervous system and real support underneath it, which were ready to catch that spark the instant it happened, without it burning away. And that's here the whole thing, and the whole thing that we're pointing at when we talk about isolation. It's never really, I need more information. It's, I need to not be alone in this moment when the truth hits. So, this is exactly why community isn't some nice extra for us. It is the actual mechanism. In fact, it's the reason why we built Big Vision. And it's not about being physically, in the same room with someone. It's about having the same people showing up again and again on calls, in workshops, at retreats, so that when that spark actually hits, there's somewhere in a group of people where it actually land. The people who are on the same page as you, who can meet you exactly the moment the thing goes on, instead of you carrying it on and it carrying off when you're by yourself. Because here's the truth, right? Even online, consistently with the same people changes everything. It's not about the volume of content. It's about the proximity to the people who won't let your spark die alone. So, key thing is though, right? Before any of that really can even land for you, before you're ready to receive that kind of support, there's a bit of inner work that needs to happen first. So that's what our 21-day awakening is for. It's where you actually go through this process of uncovering what's underneath the isolation. Truly finding yourself again, learning to regulate, not by forcing your way, right? But by actually understanding what to do when these emotions show up. Because once you have that type of solid foundation, everything changes. The next time the spark hits, you're not scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. You already know. Here's what I need to do with this. Here's the direction I need to go in. Here's what's mine to handle, and I'm gonna let you handle that there, over there, by yourself, over there, right? Or we working this thing in tandem, but please do that thing over there, because I got this to do right now. So that's the inner strength, the inner wisdom here that we're talking about. And it is the thing that lets you actually receive support instead of it just bouncing off of you, right? It just came, it was there, it came, it was there, for a second it came, it's like, it's gone. So, if you have ever felt that flicker, that 10 seconds of, this is it, and then watched it disappear by the time you got home, left your car, closed the app, whatever situation was, and just know it was never about the motivation. Again, you were alone in the moment that you needed someone. That changes today, my friend. The link is right below to join that 21-day awakening. Gives you all the information on where it starts, when we meet, so on and so forth. So go ahead and take that next step right now. before this energy dissipates. Again, my name is Destiny. Thank you so much for tuning in again with me. See you soon. Peace.